breaking down the Jaylen Brown max extension that he just received today for $304 million. So it's a 5-year contract worth a full $304 million guaranteed. There is a trade kicker, but there is no player option. So it's a full 5 years. So it's have full control over all 5 years. And so the contract breakdown is as so not this year, but the following year in 2024 to 2025, the contract will be $52 million. The following year, 56 and a half, 61, 65, and the last year will be $69 million. These numbers can adjust a little bit, most likely going up based on how the salary cap continues to grow the next few years. But I think this is really big for the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, whether you think Jaylen Brown is someone that the Celtics should keep for the future or not, this was the exact move that they had to make. He's heading to the last year of his contract before this, and if you think the Celtics should trade him, he really doesn't have as much value as he deserves beyond the last year of his contract, and potentially only a 1-year rental for teams trying to trade for him. The Celtics had to extend him, even though he's not eligible to be traded for a year now. This increases his value all kinds if he continue to grow as a player, and can basically learn how to dribble with his left hand, um, like how everyone thinks he can. He's someone who's an elite playmaker and shot creator, and he can get 30 on any given night, good defense or not. He's amazing at creating his own shots. And in recent years, I think he has gotten better at finishing, and he can play defense, especially when he puts his mind to it. We saw that in the Miami Heat series games 4 through 6. Both the Jays really upped their defense, and that led to a lot of open transition layups, and it's kind of got the crowd going throughout that series. Jaylen Brown is someone who does have a lot of room to improve, but just like a lot of players in this league, I really don't think this is an overpay. Um, from that last year when at $69 million, with all how the salary cap's going up and a bunch of players eligible for extensions in the next few years, including Jason Tatum, who will break this number. Jaylen Brown will most likely be in the 8 to 10 range for the highest paid contracts in the league. And if he continues to take steps, how myself and the Boston Celtics obviously see now, that being 8 to 10, Jaylen Brown will most likely be in the 8 to 10 range, maybe a little below that. But even if it's a little bit underpaid, or overpaid, I don't think the Celtics will regret that. That's someone who they value a lot, and even if he's more in that 12 to 16 range, the Celtics had to make this deal, or Jaylen Brown would walk next summer for nothing. And this is someone who has taken steps every year since he's came in the league. He came in the league not being a very good shot creator, someone who was really just known for finishing at an elite level, and he's really grown to be a lethal mid-range shooter, and someone who has shown up in big games. Maybe not as much last year; he struggled in the playoffs, but in that Golden State series, the core focus was on Jason Tatum, and they accomplished it by basically shutting him out from getting his and struggling a bunch from the field. Jaylen Brown was able to carry the Celtics at least to 2 games, at least keep him in a lot of games until Steph Curry really ultimately got hot, and the Celtics had no answer for it. So this does make Jaylen Brown the highest paid player in NBA history, passing Nikola Jokic at $276 million last year. It's just something that's going to happen every year, most likely from the next few years. Someone's going to break this max extension level. So being the highest paid player really doesn't mean anything for that given year. I'm really happy for Jaylen Brown. He definitely deserves this. He's someone who comes in and works every single day, doesn't complain, doesn't get into the media a lot. Someone who is a good leader. I think he pushes his players and he holds a lot of them accountable. And him and Jason Tatum have so much more to grow together. And having two elite scorers who can create their own shots at any given moment just creates so much space on the floor, especially for players like Porzingis, Derek White, Al Horford, Robert Williams. Robert Williams can develop a little bit of a jumper like he's been trying to work on this offseason. He's someone who will benefit a lot from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's ability to create shots, create double teams, create mismatches within the defense. I think Jaylen Brown, he's only 27 years old. He has a lot more room to grow. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this contract. Do you guys think it's an overpay? You think the Celtics are basically forced to make this deal, and you think they still should trade him after a year? Or do you think Jaylen Brown deserves this max extension? and someone that Celtics need to build on going forward. In addition of Kristaps Porzingis and a few others, the Celtics are now championship um, favorites, and that they will win it. You guys think they'll win it this year? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and stay tuned for a top 10 ranking of NBA players heading into the next season. I say a lot. This is the time of the off season where it's really dead. So a lot of people are making the rankings heading into next year. So I did the same, and it should be dropping in the next a day or two. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'm out. Peace.